tap in. Tap, tap, 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 tap in. Welcome to TT from the D podcast and Tap In Tuesday. I'm your host, TT from the D, and I want to thank you first, before we get into this amazing interview with my phenomenal guest, for stopping by our podcast show tonight. There are several other podcast shows that you could tap into on Tuesday evenings, but you chose to show up for us, and I want to say thank you. For our show, we choose to have a level of greatness. Every guest that I have has a hidden agenda that I bring straight to you. They're here to inspire you, encourage you, motivate you, and remind you that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Anything that you work hard at, you can do that. So let me say this on this day. It's been a crazy day. The weather is amazing, but it's been a crazy day. Whether you were at school, if you were at work, in the brick and mortar, at home, whatever that looks like for you, I know that at this time of day, we like to relax, chill, and unwind. And usually I have my glass of libation. You know, I'm a Stella Rosa type of girl, but tonight I think I'm going to have the H2O on today. But I want you to be comfortable, and I want you to be able to receive my guest because she's phenomenal. And I had the opportunity of meeting her at a speed casting, the very first one I've ever attended. And she left a lasting impression on me. It's amazing when you encounter people that leave an amazing imprint upon you, because we meet people every single day. But when they leave an imprint upon you that makes you say, I want to know more about him or her. And then you start to stalk them. You start to see what they're doing. You look into it. And then I was really appeased by what I was seeing, because I'm someone that has, I have my little experience behind the scenes, in front of the camera, things like that. But her energy, when I met her, sitting at that table for the few minutes, I felt like I could have sat there for the whole time. If I didn't sit at anybody else's table, I could have sat with her. And I was just like, dang, I want to be able to pick her brain. And I'm like, oh my God. But I was like, but you know what? I asked her, and I was nervous when I said it. I asked her, can I give you my card? And she said, sure. And she gave me her flyer. She let me know about her movies, Cain and Abel, Deceitful Passion. She let me know about what she's working on. And I'm thinking like, dang, I just, when you see greatness, you want to attach yourself to greatness. I consider myself, I think God and blessed me to be a great person. So like minds attract like minds. And then I've just been following her and just motivated by her. So you might be saying, oh my God, TT, who are you talking about? Oh yeah, I'm glad you asked. So I am talking about the one and only. I'm gonna turn my camera off because you didn't come to see me. You came to see this queen, okay? So we're gonna kill my camera. We're gonna look at this beautiful lady right here. Her name is Mrs. Renika McQueen Eccles. First of all, I ain't never really met a woman that could rock a baseball cap like that. I have a couple of them, and I normally have to turn around to the side, to the back. But like when I see her, first of all, you see beauty, you see brains, you see I'm about my business. I'm not for the games, but I'm also capable of having the seat that I have at this table, where I'm not only bringing dessert and the entree, I have little snacks for you, right? That's the impression that I get from her. And so let me remove that, because you're going to get her in the flesh in just a few minutes. I want to talk about this movie right here, Deceitful Passions. Now, this one right here, man, it made me think about how life really is in reality, in real time. If she didn't capture seasons of lives of people that I can relate to, or some people I might know, characters in this film, I was like, dang, we all can say we know someone that relates to a character in this particular film. So I'm looking forward to unpacking that with her. This one here, Cain and Abel, I'm sorry, no, this is a Family Divided. Now this one, I'm waiting to see. I'm hoping I'm gonna get a little exclusive, right? A little something, because I was like, okay, come on now, okay, I'm ready. I've been hearing a lot of good talk about it, so I'm looking forward to it. But I was really, really, really looking forward to bringing up this one right here. So I wanted to. I'm gonna kill this one. This one is my favorite. Okay, so I got to give you a little sneak preview real quick. Before I bring my guest in, I'm doing something a little different, and that's the beautiful thing about being a podcaster. You can do what you like, right? You can do what you like. So this right here, my whole family watched this, and it was so good because it was educational for my sons. I have boys. I'm a boy mom, right? So I was excited that my 12-year-old had questions. Because you also could go back. I don't know if you know this, and this ain't no spoiler alert, because you can watch this right on Tubi yourself if you haven't already. But it took me back to the biblical days a little bit because I felt like I knew the story. Okay, I'm not going to tell you any more about that. I want you to see this.
In jail? I just would have never thought.
What? Did I end up like mom?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I just never thought you would have did a crime.
Abel, it's been 10 years. A lot has changed. Big ass house, nice cars, nice family. This is all I ever wanted. But I was your brother.
That means you want more, didn't it? Because I know it left me. I've seen it. I actually seen it twice, but okay. But I've seen it already, and I still get this feeling inside of me because I think I could do this interview. I could really do a show on her by myself, but that's not what you came for. So anyway, without any further ado, I want to bring this beautiful, amazing woman. Please welcome to TT from the D, Mrs. Renika McQueen Echoes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. First of all, I tilt my hat to you.
Thank you.
I'm excited because you're the first woman director, writer, producer that I've had the pleasure of having on my show.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. And when I tell you, I gave a little spiel. I want you to tell the people about you. But when I met you, I think that's what really captivated me as a podcaster, as an actress, as a person who does production, just who you were and the aura you were giving off at that speed casting. Yeah, you were amazing.
Thank you.
So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna pause TT, and I would love for you to tell the viewers and listeners a little bit about who you are and your background.
Well, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a writer, a producer, director, author, just a regular everyday person. That's just going after the things I want to go after, chasing my dreams and goals.
I love your humility. Because there's a lot of lyrics.
Because that's how I feel. Like, that's how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just doing what God blessed me to do, the gift he gave me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking it and running and doing something with it.
I respect that. That. Now, I know this this industry, when it comes to being a writer or a film director,
Mhm.
it's really dominated by men. It really has
Yes.
been for many, many, many years. How long have you actually been in that role as a film director?
I just been doing film for like 3 years, so I'm fairly new.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm fairly new.
Your work don't say that. Your work doesn't say
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You are welcome. I do have to ask you because uh, you kind of touched a part of my heart because my background is criminal justice, and so when I
Okay.
learned that you were a correctional officer for a long
Yes.
time, I thought like, now see, that's what I thought I wanted to do. I wanted to go into that field.
Mhm.
For you making such a switch, what was the tipping point that made you say, you know what, I'm making a career change. I'm walking away from that, and I'm gonna do this.
Well, you know what? Let me say this first, and I'll say this: I loved my job. I love the people that I work with. I had good times at that job and everything like that. I don't have anything bad to say about corrections. It did what it needed to do. It paid bills. It gave me Blue Cross, dental vision. I was able to live a nice, comfortable life off of it. But the one thing that did turn me off about corrections is getting mandated and the amount of time I had to spend at work and away from my family. So the more that started happening to me, I just was like, you know what? God, I got to do something else because I wanted to be home with my family. I wanted to have more time to myself and just to do the things that I wanted to do. And so eventually I was so frustrated with it. I started like praying about it. Then what happened was I went to a movie premiere that someone else from the city was having, saw that, and I was like, I can do that. I want to do that. And that's how I got into film. I reached out to them. Shout out to BZ Jones and his wife, Tori Monet. That's who had the movie premiere that I attended. Reached out to them. They helped me get Deceitful Passions together, and I've been on the go ever since. And so at one point, when my royalty started rolling in and I saw that I could make some nice money and live a nice life from doing what I love, that's what was the final decision for me to make that transition from corrections to film.
Okay. Okay. Now, I think I know the answer to this question, but I would like for you to share so I can have confirmation.
Okay.
What inspired the name Chase and Connor Productions?
Oh, my boys, my two sons, they are Chase and Connor. Those are my bosses. I say I work for them.
I saw something you posted the other day, and I I don't know how to say it word for word, but it was
Okay.
basically all of my films will be put out by my sons.
Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I thought that was dope, because I'm a boy mom, and I'm like,
Mhm.
that's what it's about at the end of the day. And I thought I knew that. I'm like, yeah, I bet you it came from her babies, but I was like,
Yeah, my babies.
for sure.
Yeah.
But
So this is their production company, Chase and Connor is them,
so
you
do
know.
they want to go? Do they? I saw you working with a kid, showing him some things, but do you see them
That was
going?
my baby. That was
That
my
was your baby.
baby. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wow, he learning at an early age. That's
Well,
like
you know what? He's 4. Connor is 4, so I don't know what he wants to do right now. He wants to be Spider-Man.
right.
So,
Okay.
but as the years go on, if they're interested and they really want to learn, I'm going to definitely teach them as much as possible and let them learn all about it. You know what I'm saying? My other son, Chase, he is 13 years old right now. He's into streaming, girls, and whatever else he has going on. They do like to come on set, see what I'm doing. They talk to me, ask questions, and things like that. And they feel really proud when one of the movies come on, and I always be like, "That's your movie right there." I always tell them like, "Those are your movies." So even my baby, the 4-year-old, when he sees it, he like, "Ma, that's my movie." Yes, it is, son. So
That's
I'm proud that I'm able to give that to them.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, as far as your writing ability,
Mhm.
when did you write your very first piece?
Oh my God. I started writing just in general. I was so young, I don't even remember. I've been writing everything from poetry to books to I mean, just short stories, whatever. It was actually a way to release for me, and if I was feeling some type of way, so I've been writing. I can't even tell you a specific age. I just know that I was very young.
Okay. Okay. What has been one of your biggest obstacles being a woman in this industry? You know, I had to ask.
Well, I'm gonna say this for me. One of my biggest obstacles has been controlling my temper when things are not going the way that I feel like they should be going, and not because of me for whatever reason. Um, just learning how to stay calm, cool, and collective about something that you're really putting your blood, sweat, and tears and your money into. And sometimes when people play with you, like I think sometimes you're treated differently than they would treat or handle or deal with a man. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like you're a woman and they can move a certain type of way with you, but you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? So I am learning how to respond to things that are going on that I don't like in a more professional manner, as opposed to how I might have responded when I was working for corrections, if that makes sense.
Yes. It does. It
It makes sense. Yeah. And just feeling like and letting people know that they have to respect me, period, point blank. Like I'm a nice person, I'm gonna be nice and all of that. But once you cross the line with me, I gotta handle it. But I'm trying to find the perfect way to handle it.
I hear you. Now,
Mhm.
I do have to say this. Being a beautiful woman, educated,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Absolutely welcome. Having your own seat at the table,
Okay.
what have you found that you might have encountered from your peers that are males as far as being at that table?
You know what? Some of them just feel like I think they don't take business serious. They'll approach, they want to do business, but that'll turn into how you doing. You want to get something. They're trying to turn into something totally different, flirtatious, outside of business, and I'm not here for that. I'm here to do what I do. That's it. That's all. I'm not looking for anything extra. So I have to let them know and check them like this ain't that. So I
That's
would
right.
say that.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
would say that.
Okay. Now, when I was opening up, I did want to play Cain and Abel. I had to. It's like I've watched it twice, and it's
Oh,
such a
thank
good
you.
story. And I had a couple of people let me know that they kind of came in, a little late and caught
Okay.
the tail end and wanted to know about Cain and Abel. But before I do that, if you don't mind, if it's okay with you,
Mhm.
can I replay it and then you could tell us a little bit about how
Yeah.
is that all right with you?
Yeah, I don't mind at all. And
Absolutely.
thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for that. So thank you.
Well, thank you for creating something that's worthy of watching.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, yes, because
Thank you.
sometimes you see stuff and we're being transparent. You be like, why? 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 You just had money and some people, and why did you? What is this? And so when my whole family watched Cain and Abel
Thank
together, we
you.
watched it as a family, and it was just like, whoa. I didn't see the end
Yeah.
coming. Let me tell. First of all, okay, I ain't gonna go there. I got to play it first because so let me play this. I'm gonna get this ready for all of you, ladies and gentlemen, whether you are here on Facebook or you are watching us from YouTube or Twitter, or LinkedIn, wherever you're watching this from. We thank you firstly. But I'm gonna go ahead and I want to play Cain and Abel. The trailer is phenomenal. I promise you, you're gonna want to go and watch it over on Tubi. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here for us. This is Cain and Abel from Chase and Connor Productions, and we have Queen herself who wrote this, Mrs. Renika McQueen Echoes.
In jail? I just would have never thought.
What? Did I end up like mom?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I just never thought you would have did a crime.
Enable. It's been 10 years. A lot has changed. Big ass house. Nice cars, nice family. This is all I ever wanted.
But I was your brother.
I still feel the same way I feel every time I watch that trailer. I get the same feeling. It's almost like a Spielberg film when he has the ability to make you feel a certain way at a certain scene. I still feel that I can't explain the feeling I get right at that end. I feel that same energy each time I watch that trailer.
And that's such a huge compliment. Thank you.
You are super welcome. I do have to ask you, what? So was I off when I said that it gave me Bible story vibes? Was I off?
No, you were not off. No, you were not off. But let me say this. So Cain and Abel originally, when I wrote it years ago, like I was writing it in a book form, it was called something else, My Brother's Keeper. I decided to change it to Cain and Abel during the time when I was making Deceitful Passions. And I was having a conversation with one of the actors, and I was talking about the movie, and I was like, I think I'm going to change the name. And so that's where Cain and Abel came from. And when I changed it to Cain and Abel, I knew exactly what direction I wanted to go in, because when I was writing it before, I hadn't quite finished it and gotten to the end. But when I decided to change it to Cain and Abel, then I knew exactly where I wanted to go with it.
Now, as far as casting,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, sometimes people cheat the scenes. Like when you remember Full House, we were watching. It took me a long time before the twins, the Olsen twins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought like, oh wow, she did some great grammar tricks to make us think like it's two of them. But then when they had that scene, I was like, are they twins? It took
it is two of them.
What was the casting process like for you?
So when I decided that I wanted twins, and I was looking, I'm like, where am I gonna find these twins from? So I put up stuff on Instagram, put on stuff on Facebook and everything like that. And I didn't get a whole lot of response. It was making me kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna happen. But look, God did his thing and worked it out. And I met the twins, the older ones. I met them on Instagram. And the babies, their mother brought them to the casting call. She said a friend of hers had told her about it. The babies had never acted, never been in a movie, never thought about acting or anything like that. And she brought them in, and they actually did pretty good. And I was like, you know what? Let's make it do what it do.
They did a great job. For them not to, this is not something that they do. They did a great job.
And yeah, I'm so proud of them. They did. Yes, they did. And it's so funny because one of them is kind of extremely shy, and the other one was like, I'm ready to do this as far as the baby. So they did good. Yeah.
Okay. Now, as when it comes to directing, I think some people have the mindset that they think like, oh, you just get a couple of people, you get you some locations, you get you a call sheet, and do a couple of rehearsals and treat it like a stage play.
Mm-hmm.
It's two different mindsets, and it's two different ways of directing, I'm assuming, stage versus film.
Well, I don't know anything about stage play. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not a big stage play person. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about stage play. But I will say this: everything that I've learned about directing from, just passion and scheduling and everything like that I've learned from Kamal Smith. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yes.
Yeah, but he is one of the dopest,
Yeah.
hottest directors, writers, everything. Like he is my go-to. He teaches me a lot. And so just watching him and his passion and how he do things when he's working and how serious he takes it and how he's on point and professional. I want to be the same way. So I pay a lot of attention to him. I ask a lot of questions. And he just teach me a lot of things and I just carry it with me. So hopefully, I'll be just as good as him down the line. But yeah, he's a great teacher.
Definitely.
But for us to stage play, he would know about that too, because he does that. But I'm not a big stage play person. But I wanna, I wanna get into it. I do want to get into it for us going to plays and stuff. But I've never been a stage play person.
Okay. That's my forte. I love that. I think that's how I entered acting with stage plays. And it's different. I thank God that I've had the opportunity to do those for a long time, but then also tap into the film, and it is quite different.
Now, can I ask you, even though this is your interview, what turned you on the stage play?
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Okay.
I'm a fan, and I loved her in Low Down Dirty Shame. I loved
Okay.
her as Peaches.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
my
Peaches was a
background,
trip, baby.
she was a trip, let me tell you. And I've always been in entertainment. My background really, really was hip hop dancing. I was a choreographer and a dancer.
Okay.
And yeah, see, back then, many moons ago.
Okay.
But I ended up going through, what's that newspaper? Metro Times. One day I was working at a law firm at the time, and they were, I was just looking through, and it was like auditions for like acting for a stage play called Black Pearls. And I was like, oh, and there's like no experience necessary. So I was like, oh. I was like, I think I could act. I probably could act. I was like, let me see. Let me call them. So I called. They said, come out, bring your resume. I said, well, my resume has nothing to do with acting. It's all going to be about dancing. I don't have any experience. They said, well, come out anyway. I was like, okay. So it was at Wayne County Community College. Long and short, went in. Okay. The role I had was a waitress. She had no lines.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay. And so I heard from someone a long time ago that there are no small roles.
Yes.
And I always took to someone saying that Steven Spielberg discovered Sharon Stone from her just waving on a train. And he called the people and said, hey, who's the blonde? And they was like, oh, she's just an extra. He's like, I wanna meet her. And I'm like, you wanna wave? I'm like, she didn't say nothing. So that was my mindset. I said, well, you girl, go in there and go. So they said, well, you don't have no lines. So when I was, they said, but just make sure that when you come out, you got energy. So I was like, okay. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna act like Peaches.
Oh my gosh.
And I accidentally said something and with my attitude, and the director was like, cut. I was like, oh, I'm about to be fired. I got hired yet. He said, you funny. He said, do that again. I want to keep that. We're gonna add it. You didn't have no lines, but I want you to do that. Can you do that again? I said, yeah, I can do that again. So by the time it was over, I had like 2 pieces in that production, and I had lines improvised. And from that moment on, I realized I loved acting. It was just like an opportunity for me to be zany and be the other person. And so that's how it kind of started. Then I started the next thing, I took a leap of faith. Auditioned for TJ Hemphill, and I ended up doing Peerless Times for several years.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Right, this your interview, so we're gonna get off of it. But yeah, that's how, and I just love acting. I love everything about it. I love the filming. And for me, I've learned it's important with continuity. I learned that early, and you kind of need that for stage too. They kind of some go similar hand in hand, but it's more time consuming. I think it takes more dedication when you do films, because you could say we're going to shoot from this time to this time and this amount of time, and life happens, things happen. You know that better than me, of course, but it's kind of like you might have we're going to launch on this date, and then you might have to push it back.
Ooh, honey, I know about it.
See, I said you would know better than me.
I know about it. I know
Yeah.
about it. Yes.
So now it was a switch with Cain and Abel
Mm-hmm.
when I saw Deceitful Passion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I ask you about that, ladies and gentlemen, you got another treat. We have the trailer for Deceitful Passion. Because I said this was like, to me, it was like night and day.
Yeah.
It was like night and day. Because I was like, okay. So it also let me know like your creativity was just over the top. Because I was like, Hermione, you know how sometimes actors tend to get typecasted? Sometimes I've seen writers tend to just write a certain way.
Yeah.
But you showed that that's not your plate at the table. That's not what you do.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to get like put in a box of only writing one genre. That is not me. Like I can do a little bit of everything. And when my new movie comes out, A Family Divided, that is a totally different type of film. It's nothing hood about it. There's nothing street about it. You know, I'm like, what? How she go from Deceitful Passions, Cain and Abel to this? But it's just what I want to do because I don't want, people watching my movies and think like, oh, she only writes for this certain type of group. No, I don't. I want to have something for everybody to enjoy. And there's nothing wrong with the hood and the urban stories and none of that. People love that. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I started off reading books like that and things, but I also listen to people. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. And there's some people who want to see family movies. They want to see love. They want to see all of those type of things. They don't want to hear the cursing. They don't want to see the shooting. They don't, so I want everybody when they watch something of mine to be able to say that they enjoyed at least something that I've done. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And you're giving the people what they want. Okay.
Thank you.
When they show up,
Thank
they
you.
definitely will have a variety. When they go to whatever streaming platform that your movies will be seen on or can be found on, they can actually say, you know what, tonight I'm feeling like we want to watch something for the family.
Yeah.
Or I'm feeling kind of like, okay, let me watch that.
Yeah.
Let's watch this. And so that's good for us as a consumer, as a watcher. When you have
thank you.
like hey, it's a movie night, and so I can appreciate that. So I did have somebody asking about if it was out. Yes, Addie, it is out. I'm getting ready to show you the trailer since you ain't seen the trailer, girlfriend, and everybody else, every girl. We're getting ready. You want to set this clip up for us for your trailer?
Now, just let me say this about Deceitful Passions. At the end, they're going to see a date pop up, which was the day that I had my movie premiere. So just so you know, Deceitful Passions is already out. It is on Amazon Prime. It is on Tubi. It's on Google Play. It's on YouTube Movie Rental. It's on Pluto. It's on World Movie Central. It's on like several different streaming networks, so you can find it right now. It's already out and available.
That's huge, Renika.
Thank you.
Wow. Like,
thank you.
Wow. I'm just like, okay, that's a lot of platforms.
Yeah.
It's like music being out on Spotify and
yeah.
So it's like it's
definitely a blessing. It's definitely a blessing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, here you go. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you're getting ready to see this trailer, which will allow you and make you want to go ahead and see it. This is Deceitful Passions from Chasing Connor Productions by the beautiful queen, Mrs. Renika, McQueen Echoes. Right, here we go. Get your popcorn. Okay, here we go.
You heard they let your boy out.
You let that nigga out?
You know what I mean? What you gonna do?
You delusional as fuck. I don't love you. I love my wife.
But do you think he loves you?
What? Of course he loves me. Why would you say that?
Love like Britney? That's not love. Why would I want that? They never leave their wives, but their wives do leave them.
You done had this girl mind for years, in her heart. What, she got your mind now? And you can't handle the control?
You think this shit is a game? Ain't nobody playing but you.
somebody took our baby. Maybe we gonna get our son back. On my life. How about you concentrate on staying the fuck out of my business?
I'm gonna make sure he don't never hurt you again.
It ain't cool to come between the man that was his.
Wait a minute, we talking about him? Or we talking about you?
Family? Nigga, your family right here. Philip, if you got something to say, man, spit that shit out.
Shit. He kidnapping niggas over this pussy. No, please.
Oh, I got a story.
Okay, I'm like, wow. All I can say, it's so much to say, is that we see this in real life.
Mm-hmm.
This story, we see a lot. But we don't get to see how it started.
Mm-hmm.
We always, like on social media, you know, if anybody watch Crime and the D and all that stuff, you see stories unfolding. We never know how it started. We don't know the in between. We only know the end part.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, deceit, that word is something that people deal with, unfortunately, a lot.
Yeah.
And your characters, like, let's talk about your characters.
Okay.
First of all, the cast, they did a great job. They did a great job.
Thank you.
Bringing
so
those
much.
Life. Giving substance to the lines. What was that like casting for that?
So I am going to give a lot of the credit to casting for Deceitful Passions to B.G. Jones, who was the director of that movie. That was my very first movie. And so I didn't know a lot of people in the film industry. And of course, we did a casting call, but a lot of people that came out were people that knew BZ, you know what I'm saying? So when they came out, of course, they did their thing and we talked about it and discussed who was good for the roles and things like that. So ultimately, those were a lot of people that he knew. So I got to give him credit for that, BZ. Yeah.
Okay. Where with that being your first one,
Mm-hmm.
and then you catapulted, was Cain and Abel your second one?
Yeah, Cain and Abel was my second one. A Family Divided is my third one. And I got tons left in me, tons and tons.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Now, when you started shooting, did you find any hiccups? Did you find, like, because, you know, we could write out a plan, you know, they can write the vision, make it plain. But did you find along shooting that production, did you find any obstacles that was kind of tough for you?
Yes. I went through a few things with Deceitful Passions that had me crying on the phone, screaming, hollering, just, you know, because I had invested a lot into that movie and, you know, I was doing it all on my own with the exception of, you know, the people that I hired to do other things. And I don't want to really speak on some of the things that I went through, you know, for reasons for other people. But I'll just say, yeah, I went through a lot, but it taught me a lot. I guess I'm glad that I did go through those things because it taught me exactly what I did not want for my future productions and what I did want to happen for my productions. I definitely learned a lot from that movie. So I'm thankful for that.
Okay. And moving into A Family Divided, can we tap into that? Like the cover, I'm going to share that just in case people don't know. I'm going to share this so folks can get an idea. This is the cover. And they look like a happy family.
They are. I love the Livingstons.
Tell us about the Livingstons.
Oh man, they are a loving family. They are strong. They are just caring and genuinely love each other and want the best for one another. But they are facing some, trials and tribulations like some people face, and they have to make some tough decisions about what's going on within their family. And it just shows, their strength, it shows their weaknesses. But at the end of the day, the message that I want people to take away from it is that, family is everything, especially if you're close, you love each other, you have good people. So it's just everything. And I think now, in this time, a lot of people, family doesn't mean that much to them like they used to back when I was coming up. Family was everything. But so I want people to, just walk away from that knowing that, feeling like, dang, that was a tight knit family. Maybe make them feel a little bit closer to their own family, their husband or wife or children.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did say you got something for everybody.
Yeah, I got something for everybody. Deceitful Passions definitely was something for the people. And it actually, Deceitful Passions is doing way better than what I expected to. People really, really like that movie. And they, a lot of people don't know it came from such a hurt place in my life. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people ask me, like, is it going to be a part 2? No, because I have healed. I'm better now. And although it is a movie, it's fictional, the hurt and the different things that came from that movie that Brittany went through, the wife, I am Brittany. So yeah, I don't want to go back there.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we could take our traumas and turn them into triumphant victories,
Yes. Like Mary J. Blige, everything she was going through, she put it in them songs and, did her thing. And that's what Deceitful Passions, how it actually even originated and I started writing it was because of what I was going through at that time. And I just was putting it on paper and I was working at the prison. I was working midnights and I was just writing and I would let my partner read it. And she would be like, girl, you got to finish this. You got to finish it. So every night I was like taking a notebook to work, just writing. And it didn't even take that long because I was so hurt with what I was going through. It was so easy for me to just come up with that story and put it on paper. And Deceitful Passions, the title came because at that time I felt like in my marriage, my husband was dealing with women who were being deceitful. A woman could be really good at being everything for you that you may want her to be because you may be pillow talking or sharing or saying, oh, this is not going for me or this is not happening at home or whatever. And these women and men, they will be everything that you're saying you're not getting or, that you're leading them to believe is not happening for you. So that's where the title Deceitful came from, Passions, because at that time in my marriage, my husband had a passion for deceitful women. So that's where it came from.
Real talk. Wow. Rocky said healing means moving forward and not being held by our past.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely in a much better space. I thank God for that. I'm definitely, I ain't looking back. Like I said, people ask me all the time, will you do a part 2? Nope, I'm not trying to open those wounds back up.
Amen. Now, to change the speed, tell us something about Renika that people will be totally shocked to learn about you.
Oh my God. And I'm gonna be very open and honest about this. And normally I would say that, back in the day I would box you up, but that's not even anything. One of the things that a lot of people probably didn't know about me was that for many years I suffered from depression, like bad. But while I was suffering and going through what I was going through myself, I was still smiling, still making other people smile, cracking jokes. People have always just thought I was this happy, nice, bubbly person. I had my moments where they see me be mean, but for the most part, I was going through some things emotionally, but I'm past that too, so that's a good thing.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I would yeah, no, I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all have a story, so
Yeah. And I grew and learned how to mask being hurt, for a long time. I knew how to, wear a smile on my face. Even when I was going through hell, I was still smiling.
yeah. Wow.
So that's something.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
something
good.
that
It's all good. It's all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And wow. I love to hear women stories when we see who you are today.
Mhm.
Some people may remember that season of your life that because it was just
Mhm.
for a season,
Mhm.
but you also showing that you can recover.
Most
Whatever
definitely.
whatever pathway you took to find your healing and the grace and mercy, of course, that I'm sure God has extended to you, it brought you to us as this phenomenal writer, producer, film director, that you
Thank
were
you.
able to take things. And so I hope that people that do deal with depression and things of that nature um, can see someone like you, someone like me too,
Mhm.
and say, you know what, if she did it, it's possible. A lot of
Yeah.
times, like you said, there was a season when you masked things and always
Mhm.
smiling, but you could go home and probably just boohoo, boohoo, scream, cry, whatever it
Mhm.
was. But there's a lot of people that feel like I'm the only one. And I like to tell people, you're not the first, you're not the last, and you're definitely not the only one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It's so many people who are hurting, you know what I'm saying? They where they're hurt, they use it as a smile, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of hurt people walking around.
Yeah, I agree with that. In light of you working with a lot of different amazing actors and actresses
Mhm.
and production people, what do you feel as you build your empire? What do you
Mhm.
feel makes a very strong, dope production crew?
First I would say just being professional. Being on time. If you have a call time, be on time for your call time. Get there a little bit earlier if you can. And if not, if something comes up, something's happening, get your producer, director a call and let them know what's going on. Learn your lines. If you learn your lines and you know what you're supposed to be doing, then that's even better because now on set we're getting done quicker. It's not as many takes. You get to go home earlier. Good communication between everyone, you know what I'm saying, and just respect for each other on set, and just all of that, just respecting each other, respecting your craft, respecting what you're doing, and working with people who love film just as much as you do. I think it's important when you're, because there's a lot of people, and there's no shade to them at all, who wants to make movies just for the money part because they know that you can make some good money from
Yeah.
independent film. And then there's people who have a passion for it, who really love it, who are really dedicated to the job that they're doing, no matter if it's lighting, if it's the sound, if it's an actor or actress, if it's the producing part. Like when you get with people who are on the same page as you, you can definitely make a beautiful production. So, yeah.
We have Rocky Harris. She said, Renika McQueen, kudos to you. Let me know
Thank
if you need
you.
a publicist for a family divided.
She said, what?
She said, let her know if you need a publicist for a family divided.
Tell her I sure will. I do. I do tell her I need everything.
Okay, okay, okay. Amen to that. Now, how can people audition? I know I heard you say earlier that you post things on social media, probably else, but knowing that you are a woman on a mission, you have a lot going on and a lot coming up. How can people audition for you?
So again, like I said, whenever I'm doing a production and I'm having a casting call, I will always post it on Facebook. I will post it on Twitter. I will post it on Instagram. I have a TikTok. I'm not really on TikTok a lot, except when I'm on there looking at other people's videos, screaming and laughing loud. But I will, I will start posting it on there. I mean, and just sharing it. And, if you can make the casting call in person, that's great. If not, I also accept email, you can send it to me and stuff like that. You just got to let me know the circumstances. I'm very open to, helping people get to the casting call. I'm not real funny acting about that. I know that everybody always can't make it in person. They may have to work or something like that, but I'm open to the email submissions and everything. So
it's good to know. That's good to know. And so, what do you want to say in closing to your fellow women that is in media?
Oh my God, just write it down, write everything down. If you sleep and you have a dream and you wake up and you're like, that's a crazy dream, write it down. If you see something, a situation, something on the news, anything, and you be like, I can do something with that, write it down, because even if you don't use it now, it may be something that you can always come back to and pick up later and build a whole production from just that one single thought. So I write down everything. If I don't get a chance to write it down, I put it in my notes in my phone, because a lot of things that I see give me ideas all day. So write everything down, keep notes, and come back to it later. And don't let nobody stop you from doing what you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let nobody think that they can tell you what to do because you're a woman and walk all over you. No, that's no. And be you. Be exactly who you are. When you be exactly who you are, I think that everything you do will come out better because you're being your true, genuine self.
Beautifully said, Queen. Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you again for taking time out of your schedule. I
Thank you for having me.
Yes, let me say that.
Huh?
I was talking. I was saying I thank you for your yes.
Oh, thank you.
I know that in the role that you have, the many hats you wear, that it's hectic. I'm sure a lot of people. I've been watching. You've been doing interviews a lot, and so it's kind of like I know everybody probably lining up like, "Hey, can I get you to come on my show? And would you do this?" And so I know you can't probably always say yes. So I thank God for the yes you gave to me.
Well, I thank God for you inviting me. I thank God for you seeing something in me. And I really appreciate you feeling my energy at the Speedcast. Like, that is important to me. And I get that from people a lot. Like when they meet me and talk to me, they be like, I loved your energy or I loved your aura. And that is really, really, really important to me. Like I love to hear people say that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that a lot. And just you wanting me here and even feeling like I'm interested enough to want to interview. That's great. So thank you.
Not only that, I'm looking forward to working with you. Like whether it's behind
let's make it happen.
And I'm like, when I sat at that table with you, we went from, and it was a lot of great people in that room.
Yes, it was.
Talking to you, and I was mad. Like if I could have forfeited my time at other times. It was just like right when I felt like you made me feel welcome at your table.
Thank you.
Like I knew it was like the line was ridiculous. There was so many people there, but you made me feel like my time in that seat wasn't rushed, and it could have went on. And so the humility, this was there, and your energy made me say, I was like, I made sure I kept your flyer because I was like, I'm gonna reach out to her. And I was like, not only do I want to work with her, but I want to know if she's gonna come on my show. Cause I was like, I gotta talk to her. Like people need to know. And so I've been working with an amazing woman named Renika. And
Okay.
so she's a writer. She has her own Black newspaper.
That's
And
what's
so,
up.
yeah, so I want you guys to connect. And so she
I
inspired
love
me
that.
to do this season of Women in Media.
Yeah.
And so I will be reaching back out to you because when it's all said and done, like even Rocky Harris is an amazing writer.
I know. I'm familiar with Rocky too.
She's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I want to bring everybody to the room together and unpack some things in the future, very near future, before you get really, really busy with shooting. Like I won't be able to catch you. But yeah, I feel like this is our season. Like,
yeah, most definitely.
Definitely as Black women, there's a lot to us as a people.
There's a lot of layers in us. There's a lot of stories to tell. There's a lot of strength. There's a lot of weaknesses. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot in women to pull from. So, yeah.
Well, it's definitely been my pleasure. Just like then, I wish I could keep you a little longer, but I am going to be honest to the time, and I won't steal more of your time than you have provided me with, but I definitely want you to come back again.
Well, thank you for the compliment about the hat too, because look, hats is my thing. I love a good baseball cap.
I can tell. I can tell.
I'm a rock one every chance I get, whether my hair is done or not. I love a good baseball cap.
I can see that. And you do it well. So
thank you.
They got those caps and they looking for a brand ambassador. They got
send them
right
to me. Send them to me.
Right? Well, kudos to you.
Thank you again.
Absolutely, Queen. Absolutely. Now I will ask this question: If you
go ahead.
Do you think that we will be able to get A Family Divided this summer, or is that a fall film?
Look, fall, most definitely fall.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good. I'm looking forward to a good film. I love it. So I'll keep my ear to the ground, and hopefully in the future, the near future, I'll be able to connect and network with you because
we definitely will. We definitely will.
Okay. Well, you have an amazing night.
Thank you. You do the same.
I wish nothing but many, many more blessings coming your way, and everything that you want and desire. I believe God will give you the desires of your heart.
Thank you.
You are showing and proving, and you are allowing His light to shine in you, and I am thankful.
I really appreciate you speaking those kind words over me, and I wish all the same blessings for you.
Thank you, Queen. You have a wonderful night, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Good night. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited to have had this queen in the building tonight. Whoo, I'm full. I'm feeling full in my spirit. So I'm going to play both of those trailers back to back. That's going to officially close us out. I didn't want to kidnap the queen too much longer because I want her to come back. You know, when you start being extending your stay, you be like, I ain't going back to their house no more. I ain't, because like they were supposed to. So I don't want her to do that. So I wanted to make sure that you guys know, if you missed the top of the interview, please go back and watch it. I'm getting chills now. This woman is amazing. I can only imagine what God is going to continue to do in her life and with her, through her, and all the people that will be connected to her. So let me play the first one. We're going to do her first film, which was Deceitful Passions. We're going to play that. And then we'll close the show with Kate and Abel. Okay, that sounds good to me. What about you? Don't forget, get your popcorn. You go and watch the full film. Now, you know this is a teaser, right? So it's just a trailer. And if you anything like me, you like a good film, you better scurry on and go and find this film because she rattled off several platforms, which is an amazing thing. You don't always see a lot of our films make it that way unless they're on the big screen, which lets you know she's inching her way there. Okay, so here we go. We're going to rock out with Deceitful Passion. This is the trailer.
You heard they let your boy out.
You let that nigga out?
You know what I mean? What you gonna do?
You delusional as fuck. I don't love you. I love my wife.
But do you think he loves you?
What? Of course he loves me. Why would you say that?
Love like Brittany? That's not love. Why would I want that? They never leave their wives, but their wives do leave them.
You done had this girl mind for years, in her heart. What, she got your mind now? And you can't handle the control?
You think this shit is a game? Ain't nobody playing but you.
Vito, did somebody hurt baby?
Maybe we gonna get our son back. On my life.
How about you concentrate on staying the fuck out of my business?
I'm gonna make sure he don't never hurt you again.
It ain't cool to come between the man that was his.
Wait a minute, we talking about him? Or we talking about you?
Family? Nigga, your family right here. Philip, if you got something to say, man, spit that shit out.
Shit. He kidnapping niggas over this pussy. No, please.
Oh, I got a story.
Wow. Whew, okay. And last but not least, we're going to play Cain and Abel on our way out to close out the show tonight. Again, phenomenal writer, director, producer, Mrs. Renika McQueen Echoes. Keep that name in your brain. You don't want to miss out on her. So here we are with Cain and Abel.
In jail? I just would have never thought.
What? Did I end up like Mom?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I just never thought you would have did a crime.
Abel, it's been 10 years. A lot has changed. Big ass house, nice cars, nice family. This is all I ever wanted. But I was your brother.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude our show for tonight. TT from the D, Tap In Tuesday. You can find us here each and every Tuesday at 9 p.m. You never know who's going to be stopping through, what we'll be talking about. Join me right here next week, 9 p.m. We'll be moving to a new time. As of June, we'll be moving to 8 o'clock so that you can enjoy your summer with your family and friends or whatever else it is you want to do. But until then, it's your girl, TT from the D, and I'll see you soon. Bye.